Hi everyone, welcome to Studio at Home. I'm Danielle, an educator at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. Today we are going to be making some artist books. For today's Studio at Home project, I'm going to be showing you how to create a simple handmade book inspired by the work of the artist Purvis Young. Purvis was a self-taught artist whose work was influenced by his love of reading. He worked mainly in paint and collage to tell stories about his life and community in the Overtown neighborhood of Miami, Florida. Purvis used found materials to make art, including cardboard, scrap metal, and pieces of wood. His paintings are colorful and layered, including images of people on the street, animals, buildings, as well as abstract colors and shapes. Purvis's work, untitled, bound book with 53 artworks, is part of the Crystal Bridges permanent collection. See the link below for more information.
You can pause this video or scroll back to any step if you need to.
So here are some of the materials that you'll need today. You can start off by gathering some different kinds of paper. This can be just printer paper or pulling out some pages from magazines that you find in your house. Next, you'll need some cardboard. Any boxes from your kitchen will work. Cereal boxes are great. Then you'll need to find some scissors, some glue or tape, and then some items to draw in your book or paint. So you can use pens, pencils, or markers. And finally, if you'd like, you can also paint in your book. So you can grab some paint and a paintbrush. Now that you've gathered all your materials, you'll start by selecting a piece of paper for the interior of your book. You are going to start by folding it in half to make 2 long rectangles. And from there, you'll just cut along the fold. Step 2 is to fold these rectangles in half horizontally. Then you'll take each edge and fold it back to create a shape sort of like a W. And you'll do this to both pieces of paper. Now step 3 is to take your 2 folded pieces of paper and to glue them together. So I'll grab my glue stick, run it all along the edges of one rectangle of paper. And I'm going to take another rectangle from the edge of my other piece of folded paper and just overlap one side. Step 3 is after about 20 minutes, your long accordion should be dry. Now we'll use this to trace onto our cardboard. We're going to trace 2 rectangles onto the cardboard. Once I have these traced, I'll grab my scissors and cut this out. Now that we have our cardboard cut out, we'll choose the paper that we want for the cover of our book. I flipped through this magazine and found an interesting image. What I'll do is turn it over and add some glue to my cardboard. And then I'll just try to center that as much as I can on my image. And I'll do the same thing with my other piece of cardboard. I want to leave at least a ½ inch of space around the cardboard while it's drying. So I'm going to come through with my scissors and cut a larger rectangle around each of these pieces of cardboard. So after about 5 or 10 minutes, once the glue has dried, we will cut the corners off of our paper. So once you've cut off the corners, you'll take your glue stick again and just cover all the sides of the paper. And starting on one edge, we'll fold it over the side of our cardboard. Once the front and back cover have dried, we can assemble our book. We'll grab our glue stick, and again, just cover this glue. And grab one of the ends of our accordion and just try to center it best you can onto that. And then we'll do the same thing here with the other end. Now the final step, once your book has dried, you can begin to fill the pages with images and colors and shapes that remind you of your community. You can cut out images from magazines and glue them in. You can layer paint on top of those images to create your own visual story. Now that you've finished making your artist book, please share what you've made with us on social media using the hashtag #CBFromHome.